So I'm making this video for me because I don't think that I've really expressed everything that happened at Goddard the way that I want to. Oops. I think I might end up making two videos where one I can make public and one, specifically for me. This one, however, I think I want to post it for my own reasons, but not for other people. But because other people might see it, I can't tell the full story. But long story short, I had to leave my job at the daycare a few weeks ago, and it was the hardest decision that I've ever had to make. And after I made the decision, I still wasn't 100% sure that this was the right thing to do. But I knew that I had to choose myself at this point. I was being mistreated there. So I was there for almost a year. It was a couple of weeks shy of being a year. April 19th would have been my full year, but I didn't really know how I felt about working at a daycare, working with kids, until I started. And when I did, I fell in love so fast. It's really easy to fall in love with kids, at least for me. I fell in love with all of it. I fell in love with the kids first, and then I fell in love with the job and the crafts and the environment. And there were a lot of things that I had to overcome and deal with, and there was just a lot that went on the whole time that I was working there, up until the last couple of months where it got way worse. Within the first 8 or 9 months, it was hard, especially because I didn't have adequate help. We were very short-staffed. We're in the middle of the big quit or whatever. So everywhere was understaffed, but we were also, struggling. And I remember I would just tell teachers that the ones that had been there longer, please don't give up, please don't leave. I'm hoping everything gets better if everybody just stays. Maybe we can turn this school back around. Cause it used to be from what I had heard, the school had been a really, really good place to send your kids. And it wasn't necessarily going downhill. We were just losing people, and it was just hard to stay afloat after COVID, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, during these the 8 to 9 months or whatever, they were trying to find me an assistant. I was a lead teacher the whole time of the toddler room. So it was the age 2 to 2.5, and then it changed to 2.5 to 3. And the ages just kind of got mixed up, and that was also due to not having enough staff. We had to shut down a whole classroom, and it was a whole thing. But anyway, I dealt with a lot of crap, okay? There was a lot of stuff that I put up with from management and employees, and just, I could get into it, but there was just stuff that, people would say, I don't know why you're putting up with that. You don't get paid enough for that. It's not worth it. You can go get a job anywhere else and not have to deal with this, blah, 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 blah. And I knew that. I knew that things could be better somewhere else. I knew I could be making more somewhere else. I knew I could, but the main thing was those kids made me happy, and I think I made them happy, and they taught me so much, and I feel like I did a really good job teaching them so much, and I bonded with pretty much every kid that I ever had. Some of them I feel like I never really got the chance to bond with fully because I was doing so much for so long. I said, I was the lead teacher, and as the lead, you're supposed to have an assistant, and they're supposed to kind of split the work with you. You do more of the teaching stuff, they do more of the backup stuff. They help you. The assistant teacher supports the lead teacher and supports the schedule and the routine of the classroom. And because I never had an assistant that was as driven as me, as in love with the job as me, as just as excited and everything, since I never had that, I don't think I got to do all the things that I wanted to do. I didn't get to bond with all the kids the way that I wanted to. I didn't get to fully dive into certain curriculum aspects that I wanted to, because it was so much to do by myself with like no help. And that shit sucked, but like I said, I fucking loved those kids. I loved those kids so much. Not just because they were kids. I mean, I spent so much time with them. So much time with them. And I wasn't the teacher that stood there and delegated and said, you do this, you do this. No, I was on the floor with them, playing with them, getting to know them, getting to know all of their interests. And there were a few, like I said, I loved all the kids. I bonded with most of them, but there were a couple that had a more special place in my heart. And I've reached out to most of the parents since I've left to see if they would let me babysit. Because I don't want to lose those kids forever, you know? I was a part of their life for 8 months. I keep wanting to say the kids' names, but I'm not allowed to do that. I signed papers that said, I wouldn't share any information of families, on social media and stuff. But like I said, leaving was a really hard decision, but it was a decision that I had to make for myself, because after all that time, I decided I had to choose myself. So I said I stayed because I was happy. I chose my happiness over what I was being paid and how I was getting treated and how much help I was getting and everything. I chose the kids. That chose the happiness over that. But then when the management changed, I was treated so much fucking worse. And I was made to feel unwanted and unliked, and I didn't feel respected. And this is my workplace, I'd been there for almost a year, and I like I said, I fell in love. I really thought that I had finally found my passion, and that I might do this forever. I didn't plan on leaving Goddard anytime soon. But I had to, and I did. And it weighs heavy on my heart every day. And a lot of the parents that I've talked to since I've left have said that they'll keep me in mind for babysitting. But and I know that the parents don't know me the way that their kids know me, but those kids literally felt like family to me. I don't I don't really have friends. I don't have any friends really. I mean, I have a couple, but and I don't have a lot of family. The family that I do have, we're not really close. So before working at Goddard, things were really dark, and that's why I hired an employment specialist to help me find a job that I would actually enjoy, and that might kind of do that a job that I might be able to comfortably do while also dealing with my mental illnesses and things. And she gave me the idea of going to a daycare, and initially I just thought babysitting. I didn't realize how much daycares actually do, but I just thought it would be like babysitting, and I didn't know how into it I would be. But when I started, I fell in love, and I didn't want to leave. I've never not wanted to leave a job so bad. I think I've been sad before, like, moving from one place to another, because, like, I would miss the people, but, like, I've never been heartbroken over a job. I've never, like, left a job, and then because I left it, like, my headspace was fucked. Like, I'm working at a restaurant now, and, like, just saying that makes me want to cry. Not that there's anything wrong with working at a restaurant, but, like, I'm fucking done with food. I'm so done working in food. I'm done working in warehouses. I don't want a stupid fucking job. I want to work somewhere that, like, I'm making a difference, and where I'm happy, and, like, where I can make other people happy. And so, like, anyway, I miss the fucking kids so much. It's like a breakup. Like, breakups suck, obviously. They suck for everybody, but for some people they suck more. It depends on how much you indulge in your relationships or your career or whatever. But if you just try to put it in perspective, I've never really cared about anything this much. And I just think about the kids that I had, and I just know that they're gonna keep growing. And I'm not gonna see it. Like, I'm not gonna see their arms and their legs getting longer, or, like, you know, like, just them growing into their bodies, growing into their voice, like, and it's just really hard. And I haven't accepted the fact that I might not ever see any of them ever again. Like, I'm still under the impression that one of these parents are gonna, like, one of them are gonna, like, call me and say, hey, we need somebody. Or, like, I also am in denial. Like, I keep thinking that Goddard is gonna call me. Like, the people that drove me out are gonna call me and say, oh, we want you back. Like, they hated me. They for whatever reason, I thought I was doing a good job. I thought I was doing everything right. I don't know. But basically, this is, like, one of the hardest things that I've had to do. And I don't think... I don't know.